Super Bowl 57 between the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs is now in the books. It was such an exciting game featuring two of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. With more on the big game and what else is on Instant Replay tonight, let's check in with Larry Ramirez.
Yes, two of the finest young quarterbacks in the game, right? What'd you think of the game tonight?
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Came down
amazing.
to the wire. That's all you can ask for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty good game. The top two teams in the NFL this season played for the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and Philly fans are not happy with the penalty called on the Eagles with the game on the line. We've got your highlights and post-game coming up on Instant Replay. Have you had a chance to talk to Tomlin or Coach Cowher about what it takes to be a head coach?
No, I don't want, sometimes I worry about bothering them.
San Antonio Brahmas head coach Hines Ward won 2 Super Bowl titles with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What did he learn from head coaches Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin, but what makes them different? Coach Ward explains as the Brahmas meet the San Antonio fan base.
He was my receiver when we first got here. And, we got plenty of stories. He never drove, so I was always driving him places.
Tonight is our part 2 of our sit-down with UTSA QB Frank Harris. Now he talks about coming back for his 7th season, and UTSA football alumni Tariq Woolen and Spencer Burford. Both guys had fantastic rookie seasons in the NFL. Oh, that was brutal with his sister Selena in his corner. San Antonio boxer Mario Barrios won his fight at the Alamo Dome last night in front of his 210 peeps. He looked good as he works his way back in the championship contention. Our Encira Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram play of the week takes us to the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo for breakaway roping. And what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? That's our Instant Replay poll question. We have 4 to choose from tonight on Instant Replay.
Well, we're working, so I had to record it, and I'll have to vote later.
Okay, I won't ruin it for you.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll see you soon, Larry. All right, coming up on the Nightbeat, with prices skyrocketing, we could all use a good deal or two, and liquidation outlets might be the place to go. But are they worth the bargain? We'll find out.
The San Antonio Rodeo is the perfect time to talk about some of the original cowboys in Texas, black cowboys. We break down the historical significance and how you can learn more.
And a third object discovered in the sky over unauthorized countries. What experts are saying about all the recent cases, both in the U.S. and Canada. Well, the U.S. military shot down yet another high-altitude object today, according to a U.S. official. This is the 3rd time an unidentified object was brought down over North American airspace.
Another U.S. official says the takedown of the unidentified object was at the direction of President Biden. Tina Kim tells us the concerns that are arising as more objects are found.
Late Sunday afternoon, Michigan Congressman Jack Berman confirmed the U.S. military shot down another object over Lake Huron. That makes the 3rd unidentified object brought down in as many days. Saturday, an American fighter jet shot down an unidentified object at an altitude of about 40,000 feet. It happened over Canadian territory in central Yukon. Both President Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau ordered the move.
An unidentified object entered unlawfully Canadian airspace. It represented a reasonable threat to civilian aircraft. Canadian and American fighter jets were scrambled, and an American F-22 successfully shot down the object. Recovery teams are on the ground.
Canada's defense minister described the object as cylindrical. Just one day earlier, an American F-22 took down an unidentified object near Dead Horse, Alaska. Reportedly, some pilots said Friday's object, quote, interfered with their sensors. Officials add the mystery object shot down Friday and Saturday were significantly smaller than the Chinese spy balloon an F-22 brought down a week ago off the coast of South Carolina. Republicans criticized President Biden for allowing the balloon to cross the continental U.S. before taking it down. Now, some are giving Biden credit after Saturday's shootdown.
I would prefer them to be trigger happy than to be permissive. But we're going to have to see whether or not this is just the administration trying to change headlines.
I'm Tina Kim reporting.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer said he was told the 2 latest objects are likely balloons, but national security officials are pushing back on that, saying the objects do not closely resemble the balloon shot down last weekend, and they declined to characterize the objects at this time.
Former President Donald Trump's campaign team reportedly hired a research company to look into allegations of voter fraud in the 2020 election, but did not find any substantial evidence of wrongdoing that would have changed the outcome of the election. The Washington Post reports the Trump campaign retained the Berkeley Research Group to examine voting results in 6 states. A source says the group's findings did not match what the campaign team had hoped for, and the findings were never released. The firm's investigation also refuted some of Trump's voting conspiracies, including one that Dominion voting systems were somehow rigged.
A St. Louis woman is speaking out against police after they took weeks to charge a neighbor with harassment after she was caught on camera saying racist comments. Here's a look at what the family dealt with for more than a year.
Get out! You're a bunch of illegals. You don't belong on American property. Do you have something to do with 9/11, Jack?
That was video of 54-year-old Judy Klein. The homeowner's daughter says every time she stopped by, she called the cops, who did not arrest Klein. One day, Klein allegedly broke into the family's back door and got into the house while her 4-year-old sister and dad were home. Police arrested and charged her, but did not pursue the case until the daughter posted all the video on social media, and it went viral.
They took too long with the charges. Just now, that the video got viral, I was able to get answers.
She believes her family was being picked on because of their Mexican descent. Klein is now charged with first-degree burglary, first-degree property damage, and unlawful use of a weapon. And police are conducting an investigation into the matter.
A Sphinx cat found wandering inside a Mexico prison is being taken care of at a pet rescue and adoption shelter. Mexican officials say the hairless feline has at least 2 tattoos. One on its left side reads "Made in Mexico" with a distinctive eagle, an image associated with one of the criminal groups operating in the state. The cat's caretaker says the cat is not aggressive, but rather very loving towards humans. The cat will be placed up for adoption, but after the state's government's investigation. For now, it'll be kept safe at the shelter.
All right, it is the first weekend of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, and if you ventured out to the fairgrounds, you'll see cowboys and cowgirls of all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Now, the black cowboy tradition, however, is only now getting recognized. Our Ursula Perry tells us about an exhibit that highlights the fascinating story behind black cowboys in Texas.
The Whitty Museum created the Black Cowboy exhibit a few years ago, and since then it's gone all around the country, telling a tale that few have heard. Some of it surprised even the curator who researched it.
As we read more and more, we found that there were numerous examples of these enslaved men, and some of them were women, that worked as cowboys on ranches throughout Southeast Texas.
One in particular was Hector Bazzi. He was born a slave, but when he was freed, he found work as a cowboy. These are the chaps he wore on cattle drives here in Texas.
Hector Bazzi, his narrative tells an interesting story about what it was like to be a black cowboy after Reconstruction, when white supremacy and racism was really running rampant in Texas.
But Davis says in ways the black cowboy had more standing than most. Race did not factor as much in terms of pay, and when a cowboy was needed, the color of his skin was unimportant.
In a stampede, no one's asking like, oh wait, let me skip the black cowboy and ask the white cowboy to get this herd under control. No, they're riding for their lives. They're riding to get these things back in order. And so race, in that sense, in those times of emergency, was about your skills as a cowboy.
Emancipation made it possible for black cowboys who developed their skills to start their own ranches, particularly in the Texas Panhandle, eastern counties, and Kansas. And while you will see black competitors at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo this year, there is a very active black professional rodeo circuit running all across the nation.
That was Ursula Perry reporting. The Whitty Black Cowboy exhibit is currently in Dallas, and the museum says it will likely go back on display here again later this year.
All right, let's take another look outside with live cam here tonight. Got more of the cloud cover in place here this Sunday night, especially compared to what we saw out there yesterday. Again, temperatures pretty chilly. We're in the 40s and a few low 50s. We had a wide temperature spread. Again, from the start of the day compared to this afternoon, about 30-degree difference. That all thanks to the low humidity in place. The high here in San Antonio, 63, 67 in Pleasanton, 66 in Carrizo Springs, just shy of 70 down in Cotulla. We will be close to 70 tomorrow afternoon here in town. That warming trend continues through Wednesday. We'll have another full look at your forecast for the week ahead in just a few.
Liquidation outlets are becoming more popular as the impact of inflation continues. How you can get the most by spending less at these locations.
It is an adventurous way to save money shopping liquidation stores. You can find everything from clothing to toys to small appliances at a sliver of the retail price. 12 on your side's Marilyn Morris takes us along for the ride.
This kind of shopping is part treasure hunt.
What's the best thing you ever found?
Tablet, and I found it for $5. Oh, these shoes right here. Look at these shoes. $5.
And part sport. These folks are literally digging for deals.
$2. Yes.
Our first stop is Bargains Depot, a warehouse filled with bins stacked with stuff. Where do they get their inventory?
So we get it from all the major retailers. So if you shop anywhere from Target, Wally World, Amazon, we've got it here more than likely and for a fraction of the price.
Big retailers like Target, Home Depot, and Amazon unload their glut of surplus inventory and returned products to the secondary market, now a multi-billion-dollar industry. Over at the Deals Outlet bin store, we found everything from clothing to the bathroom sink. Leticia Rio scored a bag of flowers.
Not even Dollar Tree has the flowers anymore for $1. So these were $1.
They just love it. Yeah. There's things that they buy at Walmart and they come back over here and it's like $8 and it's like $15, $20 at Walmart. So they're getting a good buy.
So I picked up a few things, this book for $3, this Contigo water bottle for $7, and this big bag of velvet pumpkins. Combined, this stuff cost me about $27. I then looked up the price retail. That was $73. Before you binge shop, know this.
Early bird gets the worm.
These particular stores have new inventory on Fridays, and then the price drops daily. Check retail prices to be sure you're getting a deal. And check the item thoroughly because sales are final. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, I cannot get over the Rihanna concert that we were able to see tonight. It was incredible.
She calls it the Rihanna concert that happened
Featured
to have
football and a pregnancy announcement. Congrats to Rihanna.
Yes.
Incredible. It'll be keeping us warm and happy while the temperatures drop in the morning.
Yeah, it'll be very chilly in the morning.
Back to weather.
There's your logic. I loved it.
That
Lee.
was good.
That was a good connection right there.
Go Lee.
Yes. Okay, so yes, it's going to be chilly tomorrow morning, but of course that follows just how cold it was earlier this morning. In fact, we can take a look at some of those morning lows across South Central Texas. For most of us, we were waking up to the 30s. We even had a few 20s out there. Hondo stretching up to Kerrville woke up to 25 degrees this morning here in San Antonio. We were just above that freezing threshold. We did have a nice sunrise though. This was sent in via KSAT Connect from Yvonne here in San Antonio. Very nice. We did see though that mid and upper level cloud cover stream into the sky throughout the day. Now as we head into the upcoming work week, again, it is going to be a warmer start to the week. We're warming things up each afternoon through about Wednesday, but then we see that next front move in Wednesday night, and that will send some unseasonably cool temperatures back into the region for the back half of the week. Winds will be gusty at times, really breezy Monday and Wednesday, but windy Tuesday and Thursday. And then as we see a couple different boundaries move in, we just have a few pretty small and limited chances for rain, but hopefully a few of us will at least be able to find something in those area rain gauges. So look at morning lows starting off tomorrow morning around 44 here in San Antonio. Some low 40s, and I do think maybe even a few upper 30s certainly possible across portions of the hill country. 46 in Floresville waking up tomorrow, as well as Pleasanton stretching over to Poteet out there in northern Atascosa County. Maybe a stray sprinkle first thing tomorrow. Better chances of finding that the farther west that you go. Mostly cloudy skies in store throughout the day. We're near about 60 here in town by 11 a.m., 64 for any lunchtime plans, and then those daytime highs climbing into the upper 60s 60s and low 70s tomorrow afternoon. So a bit warmer than what we saw out there earlier today. 68 in Bulverde, 73 in Nixon, 71 in Seguin, as well as Hondo, 73 in Sabinal, stretching over to Uvalde tomorrow afternoon. Now, we mentioned the rain chances that we have, again, pretty isolated to maybe widely scattered tomorrow night and then into Wednesday night. So far this year, we've got about 1.86 inches of rainfall over at the rain gauge SA International. Still down, though, 0.85 from where we should be for this time of year. But we'll monitor that rain chance into Monday night. Rain totals likely not going to be very impressive, but still, we'll keep an eye on it. There's that area of low pressure off to our west that could spark a few showers by tomorrow night and then into the early morning hours of our Tuesday. That will continue to push farther off to the east, though, as we head into late morning hours on Tuesday. More sunshine returning for Valentine's Day plans. And then that next front moves in Wednesday night, so that will help our temperatures transition from warmer than average to cooler than average. And it could be pretty cold out there by Friday and into Saturday mornings, with temperatures starting off in the 30s and highs in the upper 50s and low 60s.
Told you, Valentine's Day is heating up the weather.
It really is.
Just for a couple days.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be right back.
It didn't have to be like this.
Knock at the Cabin fell from first to fifth, earning $4.4 million. 80 for Brady dropped 2 spots in the standings to fourth place, picking up $6 million. The 25th anniversary re-release of Titanic debuted in third place, sailing away with $6.4 million.
We cannot let you bring your war here.
James Cameron's new movie edged out his Oscar winner, as Avatar: The Way of Water made $6.9 million for second place.
Why are you in London?
I'm going to put on a show at this famous theater.
Magic Mike's Last Dance, starring Channing Tatum and Salma Hayek Pinault, debuted at the top of the box office, launching the franchise's final installment with $8.2 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The Spurs got 3 starters back from injury last night, but the extra bodies didn't help them end their current losing streak.
No, it didn't. And Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott was honored before Super Bowl 57 today, and he was booed. With more on what's on Instant Replay, let's check in with Larry Ramirez.
Imagine that. Eagles fans, no love for Dak Prescott. Nah, that would never happen, right?
No.
Dak Prescott was named the 2022 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year for his community impact and excellence on the field. But Eagles fans, they don't care. Coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
And now, let me welcome your newest Walter Payton Man of the Year, Dak Prescott.
All Dak could do was smile and laugh. He's the 4th Cowboys player to receive the Walter Payton Award, following Hall of Fame quarterbacks Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman and former teammate Jason Witten. We've got your Super Bowl 57 highlights, post-game reaction, and best Super Bowl commercials coming your way.
Just lost it going up against Collins. Here's Keldon running the floor, puts it up, puts it in. Basket and the foul. Show those guns, Keldon.
Yeah, Jeremy Sohan, Trey Jones, and Keldon Johnson all returned to action last night in Atlanta, but the Hawks use a huge third quarter to make sure the Spurs remain winless on this year's rodeo road trip. We also got Brahma's head coach Hines Ward, UTSA quarterback Frank Harris, bull riding from the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Mario Barrios won his fight at the Dome, plus our newest Scholar Athlete of the Week is from McCollum High School, coming up right after the Nightbeat.
Got a lot on tap there. We already handled the Rihanna wrap-up for you. Don't worry, we took it off your plate.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Looking out for you, Larry.
I know you guys are.
Thanks, Larry. And we'll be right back.